because God has shown that his one desire above all things is that no one perishes, no one is destroyed, all turn to him and live, and he'll go the extra mile out of his way to avoid having to destroy anyone, and will wait to the last second before he unleashes his wrath, because he doesn't want anyone to perish here. So you have a lot to learn about the character, as I do. No one knows God's character completely, by really knowing these books and their theology before venturing into Revelation. And if you don't, you're gonna confuse yourself and everyone else that hears you. And I'm gonna show you the heart of God. You ready? All right, hold on. Just don't be anxious. Once you know this is God's heart, because God is pure love and wants everyone to save, always keep that in mind. God will go the extra mile. God will do everything he can, even up to the last second, to avoid destroying anyone, hoping they turn. Watch here. This is the heart of God. For no one is cast off by the Lord forever. See, he doesn't want to cast people off forever. Though he brings grief, he will show compassion. So great is his unfailing love, for he does not willingly bring affliction or grieve anyone. He doesn't want to hurt anyone. For he does not afflict from his heart or grieve the sons of the men. It doesn't delight his heart. He takes no pleasure in harming people. That's why it breaks his heart that he has to break yours, because he doesn't want to pour out his anger. He wants to flood you in his love. It's right here. Lamentations 3, 31. Say it again.
That reminds me of Ezekiel.
Oh, that's where I'm going next.
Oh, yeah.
We all need him, Crystals. If you know how much I need him because of my wickedness. Here, Lamentations 3, 37, 39. Who can speak and have it happen if the Lord has not decreed it? Nothing can happen. No blessing, no disaster unless God has decreed it. But why does he decree it? Is it not from the mouth of the Most High that both calamities and good things come? When a nation is destroyed, uprooted, a nation prospers, where does that come from? That comes from God. But then why does God decree destruction? Here, why should the living complain when punished for their sins? You get what you deserve. You see the point? So why does God bring destruction upon nations? Because they leave him no choice. They keep sinning. They keep blaspheming. They keep slandering. They keep opposing him. Unborn children, oppressing the poor, taking advantage of widows, stealing money from the poor, you name it, all kind of atrocities, banning Bible study, stopping prayer, imprisoning Christians, killing them. And there's only so much God can put up with, right? And then he says, enough is enough. Now I decree destruction. But notice this is the same chapter, Lamentations 3, same chapter earlier. He already told you here, same chapter, chapter 3. I do not afflict from my heart, meaning it's not from my heart to want to hurt you. I do not delight in grieving the sons of men, but you leave me no choice. So this is the God of Scripture. Now, unless you have this in the background of your mind and know that this is the heart of God, God goes out of his way to tell you, this is my character. I am pure love, and I want to love, and I want to bless, and I want to change and transform people. They're not going to understand a lot of these prophecies have within them conditions. Not all prophecies are conditional. Some are unconditional. But you have to read the scriptures carefully and astutely to know when a prophecy is conditional and when one is unconditional. Right? You want me there?
Yeah.
But I'm going to show you something else that will break your heart for God's heart, because I'm going to show you Ezekiel, but a lot of people don't know this in Ezekiel. So everyone's listening. Maria, hint, hint. Maria, Maria. This passage, when I first read it, blew me away and brought me to tears. Why? Watch what it says here, Ezekiel 6:9. Then those of you escape, meaning those who went into captivity for punishment, but then you come out of captivity among the nations to which they will be carried captive, how I have been broken over their adulterous hearts. Right here, look what God says, which turned away from me. Another translation, how I have been grieved by their adulterous hearts. Look what he said. When you committed spiritual adultery by worshiping the gods and goddesses of the nations, you broke my heart. My wife, Israel, when you went after your lovers, meaning the gods and goddesses of the nations, because you were more drawn to them, you found them more attractive than me, how you broke my heart, smashed my heart to smithereens. But you will realize how much you hurt me, how much you crushed my heart, and you're going to regret it, and you're going to grieve and turn back to me. They will loathe themselves when they realize how much they broke my heart and hurt me. This is God speaking. God talking about maggots like me breaking his heart. Why should he be heartbroken? He doesn't need me. Yeah, he doesn't. But it's not about need. It's out of love. I'm going to show you in other translations. 1 second. Because I want to show you how other translations render this. When I first read this, I was floored. When I first read this, I was floored. Right? That God would speak this way. That a maggot like me can have such an impact on him and break his heart and make him cry.
Yeah.
See right there? A maggot like me doesn't need, but I want to show you. Because I am broken with their whorish heart. Meaning they keep breaking my heart and making me grieve, hurting my heart because they turn away to gods and goddesses. That's spiritual adultery when you worship others besides God. I just want to see how other translations render it. I have been broken, right? I was crushed. How you crushed my heart. You shattered my heart. How I was crushed. This is God speaking. Interesting. How broken I have been. You made me grieve and cry and broke my heart. See? Broken because you kept cheating on me, kept turning to other lovers, meaning gods and goddess, spiritual adultery.
You just remind me of Hosea now.
Yep, Hosea chapters 1 and 3, and also Ezekiel chapter 23. I mean, see, I've been there. I've done millions of sessions. Go watch the session I did, Christ and the Great Divorce. If you don't start bawling like a baby, they made me very sad. Look at this translation. How I was heartbroken. You broke my heart. Literally, that's what God is saying. How I was hurt, grieved, crushed. This is the true God of the Bible. This is the God revealed in Jesus Christ. This is the God revealed in Jesus Christ. The only thing we've added, before creation, Father, Son, Holy Spirit loved, adored one another, were in love with one another, delighted one another, caused one another to rejoice, filled with infinite joy. When God created creatures, we could not improve on that love, add to that love. The only thing we added, the first time in God's eternal existence, God now experiences heartache, being heartbroken, being crushed, and being made to cry, something he never experienced before creatures existed. That's the only thing we've added to God. Prior to creation, God never cried. God's heart was never hurt, was never crushed. After creation, day in, day out, we break God's heart, we make him cry. Yeah. Day in, day out. That's the only thing we've added. So if you ask the Lord, why did you create us? You didn't need us. And his answer will always be, I never created you out of need. I didn't create you because I needed you. I created you because I love you. That's the answer here. Here's an example. Here's the human face of God crying, weeping, crying, tears. You know, before creation, God would have no reason to cry. Before creation, God would have no reason for his heart to be broken and crushed and to say, you have broken my heart. You have crushed my heart. You've hurt my heart. You've hurt me. But now watch the difference. Luke 19, 41 and 44. Rumble, you following me over there? Yep. Read the Gospels, posted the link. And as he approached Jerusalem and saw the city, he cried over it. God had never cried before, meaning before creatures. He never wept. He was never crushed. He was never disappointed. He was never rejected. He never experienced what it is to be hated and rejected and not found loving enough or beautiful enough. Never, until he created us. Saying, if you knew in this day, even you, the things which make for peace. And he's heartbroken and crying because he doesn't want to destroy them. But they leave them no choice. But now they have been hidden from your eyes, for the days will come upon you when your enemies will throw up a barricade against you and surround you and hem you in on every side. Because now I'm going to remove my hand of protection. I won't be there for you anymore. You don't want me. You want to go after your lovers. You don't want me. You're not attracted to me. You're not in love with me. I'm not attractive enough. I'm not lovable enough. I'm not desirable enough. Then I have to let you go. But once I let you go, you can't come to me for protection because you don't want me. That means you don't want my protection. You don't want me to protect your kids. You don't want me to protect your lands. You don't want me to protect your economy. You don't want me to protect your society because you don't want me. And if you don't want me, you don't want my protection. And that's when Satan will bring in his hordes, witchcraft, black magic, sorcery, Hinduism, Buddhism, Islam, and all these wicked, immoral vices. Abortion, because you didn't want me and you didn't want my protection. See what you see here? See how it works? For the days will come upon you, and your enemies will throw up a barricade against you and surround you and hem you in on every side. They will level you to the ground and your children within you. And they will not leave in you one stone upon another because you did not recognize time of visitation. You didn't want me. You didn't want my love. You didn't want my protection. Who's going to protect you now? Who is going to protect you now? I was the almighty husband who could protect you and preserve you and make sure you never perish, because there's no power that could come up against you and stop me from protecting you. I was your almighty husband, but you didn't want me. So now that you don't want me, you threw me out of your schools, America. You threw me out of your institutions. You threw me out of your politics. You threw me out of your court system. Who's going to protect you? You understand what the point is?
Yeah.
If you don't want me, the almighty husband, who's all powerful to save you from anything and everything, because there's no power that come against me. I can wipe out everything in a nanosecond by my word. That means you don't want me to protect you. Look at your schools. Look at your high schools. Look at your colleges. Look at your courts. Look at your judges. Look at your policemen. Look at your senators, your congressmen. Look around you. Is this what you wanted? Now, let me finish it before, brother. I want you to show you. John 11, 33, 35. When Jesus, therefore, saw her crying. Now watch. Remember what I said? Prior to creation, God never cried, was never hurt, was never disappointed, never angry, never crushed. And yet, He said, in spite of it all, you were worth it. So if you ask the Lord, you knew, didn't you, that when you create us, you're taking a chance we'd hurt you? Yes. Why? You're worth it. Why? Because love says you are worth taking a chance. You are worth me bringing you to being, taking a chance with the hope that you would love me as I love you. So love always takes a risk. When Jesus therefore saw her crying, and the Jews who came with her also crying, he was deeply moved in the spirit and with trouble. Now, it's Lazarus. He just told her, I'm going to raise Lazarus. He was not crying for the dead. He was not crying for Lazarus. He wasn't. He just told her, I'm going to raise him. Why was he crying? When Jesus saw mothers heartbroken for bearing their children, fathers heartbroken for bearing their children, children heartbroken for bearing their parents, spouses heartbroken for bearing their spouses, or whatever it is, see them heartbroken and crying, his heart breaks and he starts crying for you. It's like when you see your son or child crying because they're in pain, as a parent, you end up crying and it breaks your heart because you love them and what hurts them hurts you. And that's why Jesus is crying. That's why he's crying. Look, when Jesus therefore saw her crying, and the Jews who came with her also crying, he was deeply moved in spirit with trouble and said, where have you laid him? In other words, let's get this over with. I can't stand to see you in pain and crying. Get me there so I can raise him, so I can then fill you with joy and no more suffering. They said to him, Lord, come and see. Jesus wept. This is God, right? This is the true God, man. I mean, this is really God, the God that exists, the God revealed in Jesus, the God of the Bible. Sadly, we have some Christians who overemphasize certain passages of Scripture to make God look like a tyrant and a despot, unlovable and cruel and repulsive. No, that's not the God of the Bible.